you see how much it happens are looking for victims.
My thing is, government should, I think all the stakeholders in this get that, and I think we get that. The 3% for the oil producing community is too low.
So the support that is needed. And once you get the support, your airline people will blossom.
This is Nigeria. You need to give people sense of belonging. Good morning, viewers. Happy holiday, and of course, welcome to the Tuesday edition of Inside Nigeria here at the Leadership Online Television. With me this morning, of course, it's no other person than Dr. Austin Maho. Dr. Maho is the publisher, Daybreak newspaper. Good morning, Doctor.
Yeah, good morning, buddy. It's a pleasure to be here once again.
Thank you for showing up this morning after a long time.
After a long while, yeah.
So we are fortunate to have you this morning.
Yeah, great.
We have a big catch. All right, viewers, as usual, we shall take you through the front pages of the dailies and as well have a discussion about a trending issue of the day. Without more ado, let's start with Nigeria's most influential newspaper, The Leadership. On the front page of Leadership this morning, APC defends choice of Shettima as Tinubu's running mate. APC defends choice of Shettima as Tinubu's running mate. Says it has thrown PDP off balance. Sympathizes with opposition over political agony. Progressive governors accept Ashwaju's pick. Lawan, Buni, Omagege, others pledge support. Well, and of course, the last writer to the story is saying what Tinubu has done is team selection, according to the Catholic Bishop of Sokoto Diocese, Bishop Matthew Hassan Kuka. I don't know if you think the same way.
When things like this are thrown up, a lot of Nigerians have their views and comments. Everybody has his opinion about, the choice of running mate for the APC presidential candidate in the person of Asiwaju Bola Ahmed. The speculation has been out there for a very long time that, look, this man may end up going for a Muslim ticket he's a Muslim from the south, which was a big albatross on his neck in choosing a candidate to run with, that he will go for a Muslim in order to enhance his electoral chances. So at the end of the day, it comes down to winnability, a new concept in a green concept of interest in our electoral lexicon. Winnability. He needs to win. What choice does he have in order to?
So it's a matter of political expediency.
Expediency, winning. Yeah, you understand. A lot of people have, the debate is on, has been on since he made it public.
Dr. Maho.
So the debate is on. The debate will continue. Was it the right thing to do? Was it the wrong thing to do? I think the consensus out there is that it goes against the grain, an attempt, to build a nation that is inclusive, in line with Section 2 of the Nigerian Constitution, that recognizes federal character. Even in the mad days of the military, there was always that attempt for ethnic and religious balancing. But when a main opposition, the party in power, now take this route of, jettisoning what is a major block in the configuration of the country, it calls for concern. And many Nigerians are expressing their concerns along this line.
Yeah, I was about asking, but you have already...
No, you can still ask.
Yes, I wanted to ask, whether a politician should win electoral contest at the expense of the national unity. But you just said, well, it goes against attempt to unify the country.
Yes. We, unfortunately, in the last 7 year plus, we've had a president who has, through omission or commission, brought out our fault lines, make it very obvious.
Exactly.
Fault lines in terms of ethnicity, in terms of religion. So when people talk about a unifier, that Nigeria as a country will need a unifier at this point in time to bring all the divergent groups that makes up the country together. The unification means that, including the obviously religious divide that we are feeling within the country. At a point in time before the Chief Justice of Nigeria, Mohammed Tanko, resigned, do you know that the three arms of government, the executive, the legislature, were headed by Northern Muslims? You can't run a country like that. And it's the fault of Buhari. So maybe if Buhari had played his politics or run government that is inclusive, that you don't make other people from other parts of the country
signals to other arms of government.
Yes. So at the end of the day, what we are feeling now, or what many people are feeling, that look, this ticket of a Christian is an insult, it's an aberration, to the constitutional provision that recognizes federal character in the affairs of governance. To give everybody across board a sense of belonging, inclusiveness in the governance of this country.
All right, Dr. Mao, because of time, let me ask the last question on this, because virtually all the newspapers this morning have the same story from different, angles, different perspectives. So we still have time to talk about it from different perspectives. Now, that Sunday, when Tinubu made the announcement that Kashim Shettima, a former governor of Borno State and currently senator representing Borno Central, will be his running mate for the 2023 election. Now, there was a speech issued on Tinubu's behalf, said to be Tinubu's speech, trying to justify why he picked Shettima. And he said, well, he needs someone to help him to get the job done if eventually is elected as the president. And
if that's a big issue.
Yeah, if eventually is elected, and he wants a competent person to help him do the job. And people are now asking the question, why should competency be restricted to Shettima? Why should competency be restricted, or be lacking in the whole of the northern Christian population? Is that defensible? Defensible?
It's not defensible at all. In fact, it's an insult on the larger group of Christians that dominate even about 3, 4, 5 states in the northern part of the country. It's an insult. Okay, even within the APC itself, there are APC stalwarts in this administration. You talk about somebody like Simon Along, the governor of
the
SGF,
Boss
you
Mustafa.
talk Boss Mustafa, among others.
Former Speaker of the House of Reps, Yakubu
Dogara. These are cerebral Christian Northerners that have made their marks in this administration.
But there are issues about them again.
There are issues
raised by Tinubu supporters. They say those people have
even Shettima himself. There are issues about him.
No, even competency or
they let's forget competency.
Okay, they say those people have no electoral value. Talking about Boss Mustafa, Simon Lalong, Dogara, they have no electoral value. And I asked this question: what was Oshibajo's electoral value when he was picked as Buhari's running mate in 2015?
Fine. So in politics, perception matters. In fact, immediately Tinubu made the announcement, people concluded that he has lost the election because you have sidelined or you have considered a significant over 50% of the Nigerian population as insignificant. So there's this bitterness in the land. And a lot of people feel that by making that announcement, you have lost the elections. Ab initio. And again, you talk about
Nigerians may think otherwise, and they may vote.
Yes, we are at the end of the day.
Nigerians are not predictable.
At the end of the day, we are all going to speak with PVC. Yeah. So, but the point remains that when you talk about competence, I believe that a Shettima is coming to the election with a lot of baggage. You understand? Right. Because there are questions when you talk about competence, about the individual we are talking about now, whether he has any electoral value. I don't see his electoral value.
Beyond Borno State.
Beyond Borno State. And the fact that when you look at Borno State itself, Shettima has baggages. He has questions he needs to answer. Because it was during his administration that the Chibok adoption took place.
And I saw a letter which went viral yesterday.
During his administration that a known confirmed terrorist, Yakubu Sokoto, was arrested in Borno State government law. Kabiru Sokoto was arrested in Borno State Governor's Lodge here in Abuja. These are issues. And even he himself, while he was the governor of Borno State, when the Chibok girls were abducted, he made a statement that indicates that he knows so much about it. And he equally confessed then that, look, at a point, if I say what I know about this issue, the country will burn. I think this is the time for him to tell us about the insurgency in Borno State. He has thrown his heart into the ring. So we, as Nigerians, should question his credentials in wanting to become the number 2 man in the federation. He should clear the air as it relates to, the Boko Haram issue, the Chibok girls affair, and how a terrorist, a known terrorist, was picked up in
Sokoto's governor's lodge.
And
what was their relationship at that time?
So these are things you need to clear the air on.
All right, thank you, Dr. Mao. Now let's quickly go to the next newspaper on our menu this morning. THISDAY newspaper, which also reported. Okay, THISDAY has a different story this morning. Sanwo-Olu to Yoruba people, consider Tinubu's aspiration your priority. Buhari explains why APC candidates announced partner in Daura. Lawan, Bajabi Amila, Northeast Caucus, back Shetima's pick. Linking ex-Borno governor to Boko Haram, mischievous, says Sani. And of course, the last rider says Northern Khan says it won't lose sleep over parties' choice. We just spoke about Boko Haram connection, and someone is saying it's mischievous.
That's his own opinion.
So if you have an evidence, maybe
he can attribute mischief to it. No. But the fact remains that the fact remains that these are information in the public domain, and for somebody contesting for office, you need the votes of Nigerians to be able to occupy that office. So when Nigerians are raising issues about the role you played at a point in time in relation to your service to the people while you were in government, it behoves on you to render those explanations. He needs to come up to clear the air himself and not using third parties or other politicians to speak on his behalf. He needs to talk to us directly. He's the one seeking, public office. He's the one that needs, when issues are raised about his credibility, about his past, he's the one that needs to come up with explanation that to the satisfaction of Nigerians.
Now let's look from the list story.
The list story itself, it's unfortunate, and it's unfortunate to the extent that we should be careful about trying to ethnicize the ambition of somebody who ought to be a national, who is seeking an office to occupy a national
I'm trying to make it a tribal thing.
Yes. So Yoruba
it's Yoruba.
Although a Tinubu himself can be accused of trying to ethnicize and personalize the office, because there was a time he said it is the turn of the Yorubas. And within the Yoruba,
the Nigeria's presidency,
it is my turn. It is the turn of the Yoruba, and within the Yoruba, it's my turn. That's what he was quoted to have said, and he has not denied it. So let it not seem as if he's personalizing the office or ethnicizing the office or reducing the presidency of this country to just a Yoruba or a personal affair. It will be very unfortunate. And Nigerians should pay attention to this kind of rhetorics coming from somebody who is seeking to occupy the highest office in the land.
National office.
Yes.
It's
not a Yoruba affair. Nor is it a personal affair.
All right, Dr. Mao. Now, the last writer to that story is saying, the Northern Khan is saying it will not lose sleep over the choice of Shetima. And for me, should be the case. That's correct.
That's very correct. That's very correct. Irrespective of the anger in the
we have choices.
Yes,
we have choices.
Yes.
We have 18 political parties.
That's the beauty of democracy.
So why are we talking about APC's choice?
That's the beauty of democracy. We have, let's even look at the three front runners. If you want Muslim, you have APC, you have a Tinubu and a Shetima. If you want
a balanced ticket,
in the person of Atiku
Okowa, Peter Obi, and Yusuf Deti Baba Ahmed,
yes.
lot of choices for Nigeria.
Of course, you can equally look at the configuration of all these tickets. There's enough to choose from, and that's the beauty of democracy. If you want a Christian president with a northern deputy, you go for Labour Party. If you want a northern Muslim
at the end of affair,
with a Christian southern deputy, you go for PDP. And if you want a Muslim southerner as the president with a northern vice president, you go for APC. So the choices are bound. The choices are there.
But
Nigerians, like I said earlier on, should speak with their PVC. No matter how angry you are, speak with your PVC. Go out there. Make sure you register if you have not registered. Make sure you collect your PVC if you have not picked your PVC. And make sure on the day of election, express your grievances. Make your choice. Yeah. And let the choice of Nigerians.
I think that's the most important thing. Speak with your PVC. Viewers, we need to go on a short break. When we come back, we'll continue. Don't go away.
For sponsorship and advert placements, please contact 080-3688-6158. Last Word Leadership Podcast Studio. You have the last word.
Inside Nigeria, keeping you informed on what matters.
Welcome back. It's still Inside Nigeria for this Tuesday morning. And with me in the studio is Dr. Austin Mahoub, who has been helping us to dissect the front pages this morning. Now, let's quickly go to the third newspaper on our menu this morning, the Daily Sun newspaper. What we have on the front page of the Daily Sun this morning. On the front page of Daily Sun, more knocks, kudos for APC over Muslim ticket. More knocks, kudos for APC over Muslim ticket. Senator resigns from support group. Senate President, APC Northeast Caucus hails Sechima's choice. Not good for secular states, says Clark. Can Arewa group clash? Buhari governors meet in Dara, back choice. So you can see people that matter. People that matter in the party have spoken up and said, this is what we want. So it's left for Nigerians to actually decide their own choice at the end of the day.
You at the end of the day, no, let it not seem as if our democracy exists or operates in aberration of democratic norms. In a properly functioning democracy, the leaders should be afraid of the people, not the other way around. The people should not be afraid of your leaders. If really your leaders, those seeking your vote, want to give you what you want, they should be afraid of you, because you are the one who holds the power to bring them to office. So the people should speak. They should express their anger or express their joy, whatever the case should be. Democracy means people's power.
Exactly.
It's at the core of democracy.
Doctor, see what happened in Sri Lanka?
Yes.
The people chase the president
away. So when we have a system whereby people hold the power and the leaders are afraid of the people, the leaders will do what the people want. The leaders in all their decision-making process will consider the views of the people and will respect the people to make sure they do what they want.
Now, in Nigeria, Doctor, it's otherwise. I don't know why the leadership is not afraid of the followership. Maybe because they don't believe it is the followership that takes them to office. They can come to the office by way of rigging and state power.
That is why many of us have been talking about electoral reforms for a very long time. See, our leadership recruitment process is
Very, very important. Yes.
If we get it right at the stage of leadership recruitment process, we get it wrong. We get it wrong. It goes wrong across board. It is right. It is right. That is why INEC should be able to play its role as an unbiased umpire, and we are confident that this time around, that is why the civil society and some of us in the media, we advocated, we fought for INEC and of course the Reverse Electoral Act, and fought Buhari to a standstill to make sure he append his signature. And a significant part of the Reverse Electoral Act is electronic transmission of results. Because at that stage of transmission of results from previous elections, it shows that it became the weakest link in the entire electoral management process, whereby you vote, you are there, you protect your vote, the forms are filled, results are entered, but at the stage of transmission, something happens. And your opponent, who is able to manipulate the process to his advantage, will tell you go to court. So now that we have been able to have in place electronic transfer of results, we are hoping and believing that INEC will do the needful, do the right thing to ensure that it gives us credible, free, fair election in 2023 that is reflective of the will of the people.
Majority of the people. Because at the end of the day, people, it might be minority or the majority.
But it should be reflective of the will of the majority
of Nigerians.
When Nigerians speak, it should reflect, the will of Nigerians.
Now, Doctor, do you have the belief or confidence in the current INEC as presently constituted to do that?
We hope so. You see, every process depends again on the people. We, the people, must hold INEC responsible. We must hold them accountable to do the right thing. We should not go to sleep. They say the price of freedom is eternal vigilance. Nigerians must remain vigilant in order to build a country that serves all of us, not serve the political class, serve the elite. A country that serves all of us. So vigilance is the key word.
Vigilance is the keyword. Now, let's quickly see what we have on the last newspaper this morning, the Blueprint newspaper. On the front page of Blueprint this morning is the same story, Dr. Mao. Mixed reaction, trail Tinubu, Shettima presidential ticket. And I believe this is the same thing with what we just saw, the Daily Sun, which says kudos and knocks. So this mixed reaction, trail Tinubu, Shettima presidential ticket. Lawan Madu Sharif, APC Northeast Caucus, other hail choice. We won't work for Muslim ticket, Anglican bishop. And of course, Senator Elisha Abu, the senator representing
resigns from support group.
Is that significant?
It's very significant.
Okay.
You see, if
he has made a statement.
He has made a statement. If you don't agree with the process and you are part of it, the honorable thing to do is to take a step back. If you step back, you can't say no and still be part of the process that delivered such an aberration. So he has spoken. He has said, I don't like this, and I want to be a part of it. And the Anglican bishop has also spoken and said, look, I don't like this. I don't want to be a part of it. So the next stage, having expressed your process, is to work against it, to make sure what you believe in, your views, what is you work towards what is representative of your conviction.
Wow. Many thanks to you, Dr. Austin Mao, publisher Daybreak newspaper, for coming this morning to help us dissect the front pages. And we also hope to see more of you whenever the need.
I'm always here, buddy.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Dr. Austin Mao, like I said, is the publisher, Daybreak newspaper. We'll be going on a short break. When I come back, I'll be speaking to Mohammed Ahmed Gorko of the PDP New Generation, a support group loyal to the opposition People's Democratic Party. Don't go away. I'll be back shortly.
For sponsorship and advert placements, please contact 080-3688-6158. Last Word Leadership Podcast Studio. You have the last word.
Inside Nigeria, keeping you informed on what matters.
Welcome back, viewers. It's still Inside Nigeria for this Tuesday morning. Like I said earlier, joining me now is Mohammed Ahmed Goko, a spokesperson of the National Strategic Committee of PDP New Generation, a support group loyal to the opposition People's Democratic Party. Welcome, Mr. Goko. Welcome to Leadership Online Television. Now, Mr. Goko, on Sunday, when the APC announced the choice of Kashim Shettima as the running mates to their presidential candidate, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, your group issued a statement condemning the choice, describing it as illogical and irresponsible. Why did you take that extreme, stand?
Yeah, the news came as a shock to us Nigerians. At a time when we are saddled with a lot of insecurity, ethno-religious crisis here and there, pockets of state in the north, I think in 2023 we should be towing the line of unifying the country and unifying Nigerians at large. But we saw the ticket as a divide than rather uniting. Because when you look at it, this will be the first time, I think, since 99 that a ticket is coming on, Muslim ticket, obviously. So we felt the APC should have been logical in choosing the candidate, because Nigeria is a secular state, as you all know. So it came to us as a shock, and we felt that we needed to air our voice. And as you can see, even in the APC, there are a lot of wranglings. The media advisor has resigned his office due to this ticket. So I think we're on track to issue that statement.
All right, people say you should be rejoicing that your opponent is making a mistake. Why are you lamenting when you should be rejoicing and you capitalize on that to actually win the election in 2023, but you are lamenting?
You see, I want to reiterate that the politics of the youth is different from the politics of the elder generation. We are looking at our lives beyond politics. There comes a time when politics has to stop, and we have to look at our brothers keepers. We have to be our brothers keepers. And to be fair to ourselves, when you look at it, it's not all about winning the ticket. If you win the ticket and the country is in chaos, well, of what importance is it to us? So the most important thing is to win the ticket, but to have a very good momentum where you can have a balanced development. That's why we issued that statement to condemn the act. To us, it's not a do or die affair. To us, we need to look at issues that are relative. Thank you.
All right, your own party too, the PDP, is in a form of crisis.
Yes.
The choice of the Delta State Governor Ifeanyi Okowa is also generating some ripples in the PDP, because some are saying no, it shouldn't have been Okowa, it should have been Rivers State Governor Nyesom Wike, and they believe this is also a threat to your party at the 2023 election. So how much reconciliation, how much a kind of damage control have you done to make sure this does not affect you at the polls?
I can tell you that PDP as a party has been the only party that is ahead in the 2023. We've been the only party that conducted a constructive, free and fair primary elections. We gave the Nigerians flag bearer His Excellency.
The APC primary election was free and fair.
Yeah,
we saw it on television.
Yeah, I was saying, but it was full of dramas. Ours was smooth. Apart from that, we give Nigerians, we never had placeholders. We gave Nigeria the vice president. We never had placeholders, unlike the APC and the Labour Party. Crisis in a political party is a normal day-to-day affair. Even your wife and yourself, you usually have crisis. But it's how you curtail this crisis. It's how you accommodate everyone to be on board. That's what makes a political party. And we are moving in that direction. There's a meeting here and there. I wouldn't like to say it here, but I feel we'll come up better. And PDP has always been a better party. I think those people that are saddled with the responsibility of reuniting the party are on it. So you will see a statement in due course.
All right, your support group, the PDP New Generation, am I right?
Yeah.
Now, so tell us about your group and what are you bringing to the table to actually support the PDP in the right sense of the word, as a support group,
Yes.
you call yourself.
Yes.
So what are you bringing to the table to support the party to win the 2023 election?
Okay, you say the PDP New Generation is a support group that is one of its kind. On 24th April, we started the first phase of the rescue operation, Rescue Nigeria.
Okay.
And that first phase of Operation Rescue Nigeria was targeted towards the youth and women. The PDP New Generation registered 35,000 members using that operation. Not that we registered 7,000 new PDP members, new card-carrying members of the PDP, 7,000. It was a success. Youth were on board, women were on board. So the second phase now is the strategic 25-man committee. And this committee has all vibrant youth across. We have the chair as Hawa Atiku Ways. We have Marilyn Okowa. We have Honorable Yusuf, the SSA to Sheyi Makinde. We have like 4 or 5 SSAs on that team. So we are constructive. This PDP New Generation Strategic Committee, it will be saddled with the responsibility to strategize and run a parallel but in a streamlined coordinated activities with the PDP in the future. Our aim is to have a presidential campaign council of the youth parallel to the PDP. We want to get at least one youth in each local government, 774 youth, to run this campaign. So I feel we are doing everything different from what you've seen before. This is strictly from the youth and women, and I want to play a role so that we can partake in the process of getting back to the country. As you all know, we are at our lowest ebb. I was just reading before I came in that the debt management office says our debt is heading to $95 billion. I just read it from the National Bureau of Statistics that you have 95 million people living below poverty line in Nigeria, unlike the 81 million in 2019. After that, if you look at the FDI, foreign direct investment, it has declined from almost $8 billion to $1 billion. The country is such a mess. I know you must have taken some fuel Q2 before you came. It's worrisome. Look at the insecurity. So we need to be on track. And I say it's a very difficult one for even the next president that will come in. So I think His Excellency Atiku Abubakar has all it takes, and that's why we are working for him.
Okay, His Excellency Atiku Abubakar, who is the PDP presidential candidate in 2023, was also part of a government for 8 years. He was a vice president from 1999 to 2007. Now, some of these problems, they are true. We are inherited by the APC from the PDP. And do you think it should be PDP again in 2023? Why not Labour Party, Peter Obi's Labour Party, or Kwankwaso's NMPP? So why PDP?
You see, I can tell you that categorically I was talking and someone said the biggest tax for the new president to come in is to even take us back to where PDP left Nigeria in 2015.
So that would be better.
If you can take us to where the dollar was 200,
so we find our square root from
yes,
there.
if you can take us to where the dollar was 250, to where there was no fuel queue, to where the economy was stable, you don't have poor people, to where the insecurity was only in Northeast and Maiduguri in particular, it's better than this. Nigeria now better than what it was before. And you need, in 2023, you need a party that has the wisdom, that has all it takes to drive Nigeria into that developed episode we are heading to. So I feel going back to the PDP is a very big plus for Nigerians at large. So it's a win-win for Nigerians and the party actually.
And so youth group, the PDP New Generation is a youth group.
Yes.
So what role do you think the youth should be playing to actually engender good governance?
You see, the only person that has the capacity to invest in the youth is His Excellency Alhaji Atiku Abubakar.
Okay.
You saw the
Has he
three-
done that before?
He has
Or
done
is he
it.
doing that now?
He has done it before, and he's doing it now. You saw the appointment he made, the 3 SSS appointment, all their youth, all. And he said it in one of his live broadcasts. He said, if the youth can conduct themselves, he is ready to be a transitional president to the youth. So it is left for us now to come together. This process is ours. The future is ours. It is left for us. If you look at the entertainment sector, we have overhauled the entertainment sector. If you look at the tech sector, we have overhauled the tech sector with companies like Flutterwave, etc. The biggest and the best market for entertainment, Afro music, is coming to Africa, coming to Nigeria. If we can do that in the entertainment sector without government influence, I think we can do that in governance too. So it is now left for you to come together and accept the process and work towards it.
Mr. Goko, finally, now, a lot of things are happening, like I said earlier, within the PDP. So in your own estimation, or what is the stand of your group as to who should be the vice presidential candidate of the PDP's Atiku Abubakar? Should it be Okowa or Wike, given his contribution to the party? What's your own thinking?
We see the most important thing is a vice president has been chosen. If we are going back to the topic of who should be, it's like taking us backwards. You have the Wike camp who are natural to be angry about it, and the Okowa camp are happy. The main essence is to unite. We are all working as PDP members, right? This is not the time to say we prefer Okowa or we prefer Wike. The party has chosen a vice president. The candidate has chosen somebody that he feels he can work with, and it is time for us to all join together and bring PDP. Wike is a very will be a very fine vice president. Same as Okowa. These people have done very good things in their various states. So I feel it is time for us to come together, unite, and work for the PDP. This is not the time to cause division, in my own opinion, actually.
But there are also other people, expressing fears about Atiku's nonchalance attitude. For example, since after the primary election, he won, he left the country, and as we speak, he's in UAE, holiday or what? When they believe he should be working, negotiating, uniting, and strategizing. So, what do you think about that? Is it serious to become the president, or is just taking Nigerians for granted?
I feel
because he believes he can always win the the PDP presidential ticket.
No, it's beyond the PDP now. Okay. You see, in Hausa they said, "Jada bayabas or That means if you draw back, is not fear. When you have a rigorous campaign and you win the primary ticket, you need to re-strategize. You need to sit down. You need to rest before you come. The campaign starts in September. The general campaign starts in September. So it's going to be a whole lot of activities for us. So strategizing isn't fear or nonchalant attitude. No, you want to be the president of Nigeria. If you become the president of Nigeria, you cannot abscond. So it's not absconding. It's re-strategizing. And as you can see, there have been series of meetings in and out of the country actually. So I feel it's not nonchalancy. It's just re-strategizing.
All right. We wish him the best of luck.
Thank you
and
very
also
much.
wish the PDP New Generation best of luck.
much.
I've been speaking with Mohammed Ahmed Goko, spokesperson, National Strategic Committee of the PDP New Generation, a support group loyal to the opposition People's Democratic Party. Many thanks to you for coming.
Thank you
on
very
the show
much, Mr. President.
this morning. And on that note, we come to today's edition of Inside Nigeria. My name remains Body Gbadebo. Make it this with us tomorrow for the midweek edition. We are Winifred Ogwebo. We'll be holding forth. It's bye for now.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for watching. For sponsorship and advert placements, please contact 080-3688-6158. Last Word Leadership Podcast Studio. You have the last word.